All right, so this is how we leave homeowners' backyards, right here. We had a sprinkler that was in the French drain, so we're adjusting that. This is the after. We already installed the French drain. Let me show you how we got here. All right, so the guys have one downspout on a solid pipe. You can see how they went ahead and used all the different fittings to make these connections. 2 perforated pipes on the bottom. Always put your perforated pipes on the bottom. The water is going to be at the bottom of the trench. All this pipe is 3.5, all of it. You can see how you need a lot of 45s and a lot of Ys. That's what makes all these connections. When you're running all these lines parallel to one another. We're in Macomb Township, Michigan, installing a French drain. We have a discharge line that has to run through a neighbor's backyard to a storm drain. Guys are doing a tie-in. We got permission from the neighbor. The guys are going to run French drain the whole way. You can see they have it tied into the sidewall of the storm drain catch basin. They used hydraulic concrete. Everything was done to code. They have a 4-inch Y, and then they have a 3.5-inch 45. We have a 3.5 to 4 reducer. You can see how they go to 3.5. These are 2 3.5-inch lines that are perforated on the bottom, and then they have one solid on top. These are the narrow clips. They hold the pipes really close together. This is a tripack. So always hold the pipes down when you go to dump the stone. The stone will try to move it out of position. And the clips really help. So we have clips holding the 2 pipes on the bottom together. And then we have the same narrow clips for 3.5 holding the solid pipe on top. Notice we're not putting any of the dirt back in. Notice how you don't see any dirt on the side of this trench. All the dirt that was dug out of here has been removed, and it's going to be hauled away. It's not going to go back in the trench. Macomb Township has really bad clay. This is Macomb Township, Michigan.
Right here I use risers because if I pull the lines with no risers, it's going to pull this line up.
Okay.
It's going to be good.
It looks good, man. Man, that looks great. Nice work, guys. So we got a downspout in the corner right here. It goes underneath this concrete. The guys tie it into a catch basin so that we can catch all the shingle gravel. It won't contaminate the pipe. So they have one of our sediment traps right here. It's going to hold 1 gallon of shingle gravel. We can pop this top off, use a wet dry shop vac. The guys went ahead and put cleanouts on both pipes that are at the bottom, the perforated pipes. You can see they used 4 risers. There's 4 risers. Each riser is a 2-inch lift. On the perforated pipes, we got a cleanout on each perforated pipe. A cleanout is the not quite a 90, so you got like an 80-degree fitting that's super easy to snake a camera through, or your garden hose. Now you can just flush the bottom pipes out. You can put your garden hose in, run it, push it through, and it'll chase any sediment that built up in the bottom of these perforated pipes right into the storm drain. So there's 4 risers on each one because the guys are quite deep right here. They had to be because of that downspout line. Each riser is a 2-inch lift. Each riser has a flange. When they backfill with the stone's going to be up against this flange. When you go to pull this cap off, it will not take all the risers with it. We wanted everything to be a slip fit, watertight, no glue or screws is typically our rule. If we can build it with no glue or screws, it makes it easier to install. Speed is everything. Time is money, contractors. High quality virgin HDPE. All these parts were made in the USA. This is a French drain system with a downspout I'm going to show you all these pipes merging and tying together over here because we also have a French drain across the back. So you can see how this pipe just continues. They put a Y here to grab the one bottom pipe here and the one bottom pipe on the French drain that's running across the back. There's a lot of water that sits in this corner. The guys have cleanouts on the ends. Man, beautiful work. Just amazing work. The attention to detail is second to none, the work these men do. Got the nice close clips because we're never going to see cars driving on this. We use the wide clips if we're going to see vehicle traffic. That way we can get stone in between the pipes, and that acts as a pillar of strength. Now we have the drain sand. You can see the drain sand right here. So drain sand is sand that's been washed twice, and all the clay sediment's been washed out of it. You can see the guys, like every probably 4 feet, put a bag of sand. We're gonna put a bunch of stone in here, wrap this up, put the sand on top, and then put the sod back. Now the sod that we cut off is clay backed because almost every yard in Macomb Township, Michigan is clay. So when you cut the sod off, you're going to have clay on the back of it. So if you just put that on the fabric without the sand, you're not going to take in any surface water. Our drains will take in surface water because we go ahead and put sand in between the sod and the fabric. We give our clients their money's worth in stone and pipe. This is virgin pipe. This is not like the pipe that you buy at Home Depot or Lowe's or any of those big box stores. This is not recycled pipe, and it's not thin. It's really heavy. It's really thick. You know, that's why we can stand on it. All virgin, no recycled materials here. This will not split. This will not collapse. This will not fail. It has perforations 360 degrees. The holes are on the bottom. They're also on the sides, and they're on the top. You can take water in 360 degrees. Always use corrugated perforated pipe when building a French drain. PVC only has holes on the bottom. And as soon as you have sediment in the bottom of your French drain, the PVC pipe will fail you because you can't take in water anymore. That's why corrugated perforated pipe is superior. Everybody wants to know why our French drains last and why they work so well. And these are all the details to building a French drain that'll last forever. Leave the stone a little low so that when you pull the fabric back, you have a few inches to put sand and sod. You don't want this to be humped up. You gotta be careful. Sometimes people make that mistake. They bring the stone all the way to the top of the trench. You don't want to do that. Leave it a little shallow. Right here's a good view. You can see how Francisco's leaving the stone low in the trench. Never bring that stone all the way up to the top of the trench. You need room for the sod and the sand. And you can see how once you pull the fabric back, you have room for sod and sand. So you can see it's a nice systematic process. The guys get the stone right, then the sand follows behind. And then next the sod will go over it. This is our morning job in Macomb Township, Michigan, and we still have an afternoon job. We do 2 jobs like this in a day. These are small jobs for us. We couldn't get the machine in, so everything's wheelbarrow. Whatever it takes. A vein of stone lasts forever. Homeowners, remember that. A vein of stone lasts forever. This is going to work out great. The water is going to find its way into those perforated pipes. It's going to filtrate down to the bottom of the trench and all that stone. Never put any of the dirt back in. Never do that. Make sure you hire a company that is going to haul all the dirt away. These guys that dig a little trench and put 1 pipe in it, they won't put 2 pipes in the bottom of the trench. Their trench is so small they can only fit 1 pipe in the bottom of the trench. And then they end up putting a little stone over top of 1 pipe, and then they put the dirt back on top of that. And then they wonder why their French drains only run for about 2 years. Customers say they worked a little bit, and then after 2 years they didn't work no more. Well, that's because contractors take these jobs and they keep all the money for themselves. They don't give the client their money's worth. They charge what we do, but they don't haul away all that dirt, and they don't bring in all this stone. So homeowners, when you're getting quotes, ask a lot of questions. Make sure you're going to be around the day they install the French drain. Hold your contractor accountable. You can see the sod starting to go down. We're not even done putting the stone in. We're really close, but we already got the sand on the fabric and the sod's already going in. The guys have a really nice system. Everything we build, we can service. Everything is serviceable. This is a great cutaway of a French drain system. You got the pipe on the fabric, you got the stone, close the fabric up, put the sand down, and then put the sod over that. Now, if you don't have a sprinkler system, you'll need to leave more room for sand, and you'll probably want to mix some topsoil in with that sand if you don't have a sprinkler system. Drainage is really bad in Macomb Township, Michigan. The drainage is horrible. This is going to allow this yard to drain proper. The turf grass is going to be healthier. The conditions of the yard are going to be better for pets and children. Nothing takes in water like this all stone and pipe French drain. You want to talk about keeping the yard dry and keeping the yard tight? This is how you want your French drain system right here.
If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. It supports the channel. If you have any questions about yard drainage, leave them in the comments section. I'm your host, Robert Sherwood, and until the next video.